Hello, welcome. We're playing Mad Games Tycoon. Woo! We got an award in our first year. Like, I'm okay with that. It was the award for the worst game, but that's fine. One of the things that I found frustrating in this game is that the number 1 on the keyboard isn't the first standard play speed. Number 1 is actually pause, and then 2, 3, and 4 are your play speeds. That's frustrating. So, next. Yep, develop. Can you imagine if developing games was that easy? And all you had to do was just sort of sit there and go, click, 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 done. I think I'd had like 15 games at this point. Because I always have ideas for games and then I don't have the skill to execute. See, this is a much better way to do it as well for the contract work. It tells you the percentage complete and how long it has to get to 100. I like that a lot more than watching the bubbles at the top in-game Dev Tycoon. We'll have like a proper casual game that goes on forever. You know, like Candy Crush and all them. I wish you could add like little notes to each of the games that you make. You know, so you know what each game was meant to be. So for this one, I'd want to develop the sequel to it. And I like this as well. Automatically place objects. And you can select how good quality they are. That's a nice feature. But yeah, having things like a storeroom, production room, training rooms, all that stuff. It's great. We need a toilet, I guess. I don't like the fact that I can't have like a 2x2 room. The minimum size is 3x3. Hey, we got the worst game again. 2 years in a row. And also, no game called Ice Hockey Manager has the best soundtrack. I'm sorry, it just wouldn't. All of those managerial sports games don't have very good soundtracks. The thing is, though, I grew up on, like I say, Roller Coaster Tycoon and, you know, Theme Hospital and Theme Park and all of those things. So games like this are just, to me, the best kind of game. Age of Empires was something I sank hours and hours, probably up to the point of days, into it. I just like management sims and tycoon games especially. Develop a patch for that. Yes. That right there is exactly what game developers seem to be doing nowadays. They seem to just develop a game, release it, not care about the bugs, and then day one patch. A day one patch should not be a thing. These developers need to go back to the way of thinking of there is no way to patch the game once it's released. If they thought like that, games would be better. I just think that developers need to put more time and effort in on optimizing a game before release, as opposed to relying on people having an internet connection and having to update the game later. And especially if you're going to charge almost £100 for like a premium version and then make me wait another 6 hours to download a patch that is the same size as the original game download, doesn't feel right. These developers are still, and publishers especially, are still publishing games as digital-only games on things like, you know, Steam and Origin, Uplay, Epic. They're releasing these games as digital-only games and charging retail pricing for them. And that is what really annoys me. I feel like if you're not getting anything physical, then, you know, maybe charge a little less. You're not having to deal with manufacturing costs. So where Sony and Microsoft are focused on like physical hardware that plugs into a TV and sits under a console, under a desk, Nintendo only seem to focus on portable hardware. So I mean, yes, it's innovative, but for them, that's just what they do. They don't really make home consoles. I don't like this whole thing of remaking games. I think companies have gone too far with it now, where we're at the point of they'll just remake a game instead of making something new and original. The way that companies are remastering games, like every 2 minutes, it's just upsetting. I mean, like I say, I love old games. I love Age of Empires and all of that. Age of Empires 2 should not have 3 separate versions. The original, the HD edition, and then the whatever the hell that newest one is. The 4K one. Because the 4K one isn't Age of Empires anymore. By the point of the 3rd remake of it, the graphics had changed so much that none of them even resembled the originals. It doesn't feel or play like the original. It's effectively a brand new game. And then they've said for years that they're making Age of Empires 4. So how about you leave us with the HD version of Age of Empires 2, which is effectively the same thing that good old games used to do, of just updating it to work on modern hardware, support for HD out resolutions, and then focus on Age of Empires 4 and make that a great game, instead of giving us a 3rd version of a game that isn't the same game anymore. And you may also notice that they've not touched Age of Empires 3, because that really wasn't an Age of Empires game. I don't actually know what that game was. See, I'm all for bringing in the new audience who missed it, but the fact is they missed it. It was big back then because it was a new thing and was a unique idea. Whereas now it's just going, hey, look at the things that used to be unique back then, which obviously doesn't work as unique, if we're honest. But yeah, there are definitely a lot of cash grab ones. I think a single remake would be fine, but it's when these developers make multiple remakes of the same game that it starts to get real piss-takey. You don't hear musicians going back and re-recording their old songs using new VST plugins. You have the original version of it, and that's what you've got. Go listen to the original version of a song, and then, yeah, there are cover versions, but, you know, they're not trying to be the original song. And I mean, films do it, but not to the extent that games do it. Films get remade once every 2 decades, maybe. I think at the minute we're currently working our way through the 80s and 90s films in remakes. So I mean, very soon we're going to get probably another Mighty Ducks film. That's probably coming. But you don't get one every 2 minutes. You wait for games to be announced nowadays, and it's like, which game are you remaking this time? It's not a case of, oh, what game are they announcing? It's, oh, what game are they remastering now? Yeah, there you go. We just broke the news about Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks 4, all of them are old now. Oh no, sorry. They've already done it, haven't they? They had a series. They created a TV series for it. Silly me. Why? Why can't they make a deadline? Right, I've got an idea. I've got a plan. We can't fail if we have lots of staff. I'm not sure if I can fit another desk in that room. I can get one more in. Oh, what do you mean I don't have oh, we've got negative 14,000. Right. This man needs a desk. Okay, I can get one more member of staff in there. You. Welcome to the team. I like the way you can do all of this while it's paused. That's a nice feature. We might as well do the one with the biggest penalty. Go. Right, we've still got 9 weeks left on the contract. We're at 50% with 8 weeks remaining. Come on. 75%, 7 weeks. Why have you all stopped work at the same time? There we go, we actually did it. Right, next contract. Oh, that's a lot of work for them. But there's 4 of them doing it. We should be able to make our money now. What I'm thinking is if we keep on doing contracts, and then we can pay back the loan before we make a new game. You sit back down. This is becoming terrifying. The only way I've found to get out of debt is to hire a lot more people. Okay, any more contract work in? No. Bugger. We'll develop a game as a B+ for adults about aliens. It's going to be a skill game on the new engine, on the PC, and mid-focus on everything and all of that. The development costs are going to be 306,000. So, oh, that hurts. There we go. Right. Get developing that game and make it a bloody good one, because we really cannot afford for this not to work. I like the way the only other dev console we have was 2 generations before all of these coming off the market now. We only have the PC and a console that has been outdated for a long time. Okay, we can do this, then we can do some dev work once we've got rid of all the bugs. That's the plan. We're 1.25 million in debt, so we don't have much left on that we can take out. I think it said the limit was 2 mil. Look, we keep on losing 2,500 fans, but we have no fans. There is nobody who's a fan of us. This is the longest development we've actually had, but these numbers all look a lot better. They're all above 100 apart from the audio design. Hey, it's got split screen multiplayer, a feature that should never have been taken out. Okay, all of the features are now at over 100 on the points. We've not had that before. I mean, we've got 30 bugs in it. Oh, nice. So yeah, another thing about this is that you can develop the game and have other sections of it sort of support the development. So you can have like an audio studio, a graphics studio, and they can all work together to improve the game quality. Hey, look at that! Haha! Yes! 68%, if only it was 1 more percent. Our credit limit is 4.5 million. We have a $1.32 million credit amount currently. Right, get rid of the bugs, and then we'll develop a patch for it. Oh, it's just been taken off the market. Cancel project. Oh, that's upsetting. You cancel the project, and the money's still gone. We just took out 3 loans, $2,500 each, for a $7,500 loan to develop a patch that cost $5,000, and we now have $368 left. Okay, contract work. There we go. Okay, we had 2 weeks remaining on that. Repay 50,000. For the first time, we are not the worst game of the year. Our 4-year streak is over as worst game of the year. And we just repaid another 25,000. We have 1.25 million left of debt to the bank. Okay, everyone develop the best game you have ever developed because we need this to work. My employees can want more cabinets. Why is that a thing that they're moaning about? We have negative 45,000 and they're asking for more cabinets. Who do they think they are? And also, they're not developing a very good game. I'm just going to be honest with you here. And I bet we failed, didn't we? Profit, negative 52,000. Yay. Aren't we great? And so, with that, we must end. So, as always, we are live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 4 PM UK time. Highlights and other videos go up on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as well. The full streams go up on the replay channel on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can join us on the Discord. The server is up. And yeah, that's going to do it. So, until next time, thank you for watching, thank you for joining, and I will see you in a bit. Goodbye.